Hello, wonderful people, and thank you for joining my channel, Buba's World. I watch a BBC World Service video, Coffee and What It Does to Your Body. It's a short video, just 6 minutes and 17 seconds, because it's already late. But this header was actually giving me some attention because I love coffee. Every day when I wake up, almost the first thing what I'm doing is to make a coffee. Sometimes I go to the toilet first or log in to my workplace because I'm working from home, and it's pretty awesome. But let's see what we discovered today in this short information about coffee.
By the time you finish watching this video, 8 million cups of coffee will have been drunk all over the world. Coffee has been consumed for at least 1,500 years, and some say its impact is so great that it helped fuel the Enlightenment, which gave rise to some of the big ideas that underpin the world as we know it. The main active ingredient of coffee is caffeine, which is considered the most widely consumed psychoactive drug on the planet. So where does coffee come from, and what does it do to us when we drink it? Coffee comes from the fruit of the Coffea arabica plant that originated in Ethiopia. One story claims a 9th century goat herder called Kaldi saw his goats were more full of energy after eating coffee berries, so he had a bite too. Historic records suggest the Sufis of Yemen roasted the seed of the coffee berry to create the beverage we recognise today.
So it was found in Ethiopia and got roasted in Yemen, when I followed it correctly. But it's funny for me that they had an experience of a goat went crazy because they ate a coffee bean. It's actually funny that we figure out or in the past we figured out stuff like just by try and error, and sometimes our even the animals eating it, and we get curious about it and try to do the same. Did you know, actually, by the way, a fun fact, did you know that the ingredient of coffee is how it's working differently for ADHD people. Sometimes coffee have not the same effect to being hyperactive. Sometimes it's making us just like to enjoy the taste and being like chill. Sometimes the caffeine also in energy and all that stuff have a different effect of ADHD people. Just about that, because sometimes I can go to sleep and drink a coffee and I don't have issues to fall asleep.
In the 15th century, the first coffee houses began to appear across the Ottoman Empire before spreading to Europe in the following centuries. Coffee houses in Europe became a space for discussing business, politics, and new ideas. One academic, Jürgen Habermas, even says without coffee, we might not have had the Enlightenment. Philosophers like Kant and Voltaire, who is said to have drunk as many as 72 cups a day, started to question the Catholic Church's interpretation of the world. Instead, they looked to science, believing that everything...
I need to laugh because do you see that all the time? It's like this Illuminati stuff is going around with this triangle and the pyramids and all the stuff. It's kind of funny because I don't believe in all it, but in the same time, it's like they're doing kind of a conspiracy here, and for me, it's quite funny to see that it's like how they portray this in a short video of coffee.
Everything in the universe could be rationally explained. This so-called Age of Enlightenment radically changed the world as we knew it. It led to the overthrow of monarchs, the growth of democracy, and numerous...
It's hilarious for me because they legit just saying because of the great idea to drink coffee that we get the lightning of to get rid of monarchies and yeah, for invention and all the stuff that's all happening by coffee. I think I'm not sure if this if this is just a fun joke what they're doing, but I believe also some people believe that. I don't know. It's I didn't expect that, but it's kind of funny that that some scientists was thinking that they with coffee the lightning came, and yeah, it's a little bit hilarious to be honest.
Scientific discoveries. Coffee also fueled the slave trade. The French used slaves from Africa on plantations in Haiti, and by the early 1800s, Brazil was producing a third of the world's coffee using African slaves. Did coffee give rise to capitalism too? Companies started giving away coffee to their workers and eventually let them have coffee breaks. This wasn't an altruistic move. They were trying to increase worker productivity. Fast forward to the present, and 2 billion cups of coffee are consumed every day. It's a $90 billion a year industry, and more than that, it is a fundamental social part of everyday life for billions of people.
And now again, it's of course we usually doing that and saying, hey, let's go for a coffee break, but that it was legit coming from them or from this, it's like, yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit naive in this kind of things, but in the same time was like, okay, yeah, okay, makes sense. So that they get breaks to drink legit a coffee to work harder. This is, I don't know, it's for me just hilarious how sometimes the human brain is looking, or it's imagine stuff so shortly and thinking so narrow. It's incredible.
So, how does coffee impact the body? When caffeine enters your digestive system, it's absorbed via the intestine into the bloodstream. But the effects only start when caffeine hits the nervous system. This happens because caffeine has a chemical structure very similar to that of a substance produced by our own body, adenosine. Caffeine binds to the body's adenosine receptors, which can be found on the surface of nerve cells. It's like a key opening a lock. Adenosine is known to slow down the sympathetic nervous system. It reduces your heart rate and generates a state of drowsiness and relaxation. By blocking these receptors, caffeine generates the opposite effect. Your blood pressure, for example, may increase slightly, especially if you are not used to drinking coffee often. The same goes for brain activity. Caffeine stimulates the brain, suppresses hunger, and helps you stay in a state of alertness so you can concentrate for longer. Caffeine can have a positive impact on your mood, inhibit feelings of fatigue, and can improve physical performance. So, many athletes use it as a supplement. These effects can last between 15 minutes and 2 hours. The body removes caffeine 5 to 10 hours after consuming it, but caffeine's residual effects can last even longer. If you want to optimize caffeine's effects on your body, experts suggest abstaining from caffeine in the afternoon so your cup of coffee the following morning has more impact. Coffee also requires care when it's drunk. For healthy adults, the recommended maximum limit is 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. That's about 4 or 5 cups of coffee. Exceeding this limit can lead to side effects such as insomnia, nervousness, anxiety, tachycardia, stomach discomfort, nausea, and headache. Toxic effects like seizures can be seen after the rapid consumption of around 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. That's the equivalent of around 12 cups of coffee.
12 cups of coffee. I love coffee, but who's drinking on a daily basis? 12 cups of coffee? If you are using that much, stop right now. But in the same time, write me please in a comment why you're doing that. Why you're drinking so much coffee during the day. Because you think you need it, or what, you just like the taste of it. I love the taste of coffee. I think a lot of people would say I don't drink coffee because I drink with sugar and milk, oat milk. But in the same time, 12 cups of coffee is way too much. As, yeah, I don't know. I think my highest was maybe 5. But this is just random now. But I go more with 3. So if I really thinking that I'm tired.
Of course, these limits vary from person to person. Some people are genetically more sensitive to caffeine. But when drunk in moderation, coffee can be good for your health. For instance, it's associated with a reduced risk for type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, some cancers, and Parkinson's. And these health gains aren't just linked to caffeine. Coffee has other beneficial substances, such as chlorogenic acid, a potent antioxidant that may reduce the risk of many diseases. So, next time you grab a cup of coffee, you might not look at it the same again.
So they waited with the good stuff to the end. To be honest, this is what I wanted to hear. A lot of people, too much coffee. Too much coffee is bad. We saw it now. 12 cups of coffee, it's not good. But 1 coffee a day keeps the doctor away. No, we normally said it with Apple. But actually was fun to watch because it was... this Illuminati thing was really kind of funny for me. And in the end, with coming with the facts, was pretty good as well. Because sometimes I have the feeling, okay, how much sugar I eat and all this stuff, I should have diabetes type 2 already. But maybe my coffee was saving me, to be honest. Even there's sugar in it. But yeah. If you like my short reaction, I appreciate a thumb up. And of course, if you like my channel in general, I would like to a subscription is for free, and you would help me in my YouTube journey. And also hit in the comments, how do you drink your coffee, and what is it a special ceremony how you do it? Like I do it every day in the morning. Sometimes I doing in a cup to walk with my dog, but mostly I try to wake up with my coffee. And before my coffee, people shouldn't talk to me. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful day, wonderful evening, or good afternoon. And make a coffee, make a hot chocolate or tea. See you, and bye bye.